The African dry woodland stretched across the horizon beneath a blazing golden sun. The land was dry and dusty, dotted with scattered acacia trees, thorn bushes, cracked earth, and patches of tall yellow grass. It was not a dense jungle, but an open wilderness where every creature depended on one another to survive. Near a slow-moving muddy river lived a giant hippopotamus named Baco. Every morning before sunrise, Baco climbed from the cool water and rested on the riverbank. Although his massive body looked powerful, thousands of tiny ticks, biting flies, and blood-sucking parasites covered his thick skin. They caused constant, itching, painful wounds and dangerous infections. Baco tried rubbing against rocks and tree trunks, but nothing completely removed the pests. He had grown used to living with discomfort. High above the river, a small red-billed Oxpecker named Keto flew gracefully through the warm morning air. With sharp eyesight, Keto searched the ground for large animals carrying parasites. His bright red beak, brown feathers, and quick movements made him perfectly suited for his unusual lifestyle. Instead of hunting insects on leaves, Keto searched for parasites living directly on animals. The tiny bird landed gently on Baco's enormous back. The hippo remained perfectly still because he trusted his feathered companion. Keto immediately began pecking at swollen ticks hidden between folds of thick skin. One by one, he removed hundreds of parasites, swallowing them as nutritious meals. Every bite provided food for the bird, while giving relief to the giant hippo. For hours, the unlikely partners worked together. Baco enjoyed freedom from painful parasites, while Keto filled his stomach without wasting energy searching across the dry woodland. Their partnership had developed over many generations, becoming one of Africa's most remarkable examples of mutual survival. Weeks passed, and the rainy season finally arrived. Short bursts of rain covered parts of the dry landscape with fresh grass, though the woodland remained mostly open with scattered trees rather than thick forests. During this season, Keto found a mate named Lena. Together they searched for a safe nesting place high, inside a hollow acacia tree, where snakes and predators could not easily reach them. Lena laid several small white eggs inside the protected cavity. Both parents shared the responsibility of incubation, taking turns keeping the eggs warm while the others searched for food. Every day Keto visited Baco and other large animals, collecting ticks, flies, and tiny insects before returning to feed his growing family. After several weeks, soft chirping echoed from inside the nest. Tiny featherless chicks pushed through their eggshells for the very first time. Blind and helpless, they depended entirely on their parents. Keto and Lena flew hundreds of trips every day, carrying freshly collected parasites and insects back to the hungry chicks. As the weeks passed, gray-brown feathers slowly covered the young birds. Their eyes opened, their wings strengthened, and they began stretching inside the nest. Curious about the world outside, they watched their parents return with food again and again. Every meal prepared them for life in Africa's harsh environment. One bright morning, the strongest chick stepped to the edge of the hollow tree. After several nervous moments, it spread its wings and jumped into the warm air. The first flight was shaky, but instinct quickly guided the young Oxpecker. Soon its brothers and sister followed,
the sun rises,
beginning the next stage of their lives.
Gain confidence.
The young birds stayed
Keto
close to their
Lena
parents
lead
while
the
learning
way,
essential survival skills.
how to
Keto
approach
taught
the
them how
giant
to
below.
recognize healthy animals, where parasites hid beneath thick skin, and how to avoid dangerous predators like crocodiles waiting beside rivers. He also showed them how to remain alert, because even friendly animals could become startled without warning. One afternoon, as Baco rested beside the muddy river, Keto suddenly noticed a hungry lion moving quietly through the tall grass. Without hesitation, the tiny bird released loud warning calls and flapped his wings. Rapidly, Baco immediately understood the signal. The enormous hippo rushed back into the safety of deep water, just seconds before the lion reached the riverbank. From that day forward, Baco trusted Keto more than ever. The little bird had done much more than remove parasites. It had saved his life. In return, Baco continued, providing a reliable source of food for the growing Oxpecker family. Their friendship became stronger with every passing season. Years passed, and Keto's young birds became adults with families of their own. They repeated the same remarkable cycle, searching for parasite-covered animals, helping giant mammals stay healthy,
Savanna,
building nests inside hollow trees, raising chicks, and teaching the next generation the ancient partnership that had existed for thousands of years.
Woodland,
every sunrise across the dusty African woodland brought another opportunity for cooperation between giants and tiny birds. The massive hippopotamus depended on a bird weighing only a few grams, while the little oxpecker depended on the giant for daily food.
Here,
Nature had created a
golden
perfect
hour,
partnership
we witnessed
where
the
both
timeless
survived
partnership
because they helped
between
one
giant
another
mammals
in the
and
vast
tiny
open
birds.
African wilderness,
A delicate
where
balance
life could
in
be
the endless,
harsh
a
and
symbol
unforgiving.
of lifelong
The smallest helper often
gratitude
made the
and
biggest
trust.
difference. That is
This
why
is
giant hippos
nature's
truly owe the
perfect
tiny oxpecker
partnership.
a lifetime of gratitude.